because I got a lot of things right, it made me feel like, okay, I can do this. Good morning, you guys. It's Aditi. Welcome to our channel. Welcome back. I'm still getting back to this whole talking to the camera thing. Anyway, I have like a news to tell you guys that my college, like I'm in masters in clinical psychology, part one, like the first year, but second term. And my college is sending us to an internship. It's less internship, more observership. I don't know what to call it, but jo bhi hai. So it's in Badlapur. It's very far. It's like a center for disabled children. So whether they have cerebral palsy or ADHD, autism spectrum, slow learner, intellectual disability, like that. Okay, so they may have neurodevelopmental disorders. So already I've been there for the first day. I did not film, but I had planned to film, but I forgot because it was my first day. I was quite excited and I was quite nervous. So what are we supposed to do? Basically we're supposed to go and there are going to be children already. They'll maybe studying or कुछ भी उनका एक computer room भी था, and there were two classroom types, but they were not classroom like benches. They just had like a table and a chair, and they were just aligned in in any way, kind of depending upon the teachers. So हम चार लोग एक साथ गए थे. So two were in one classroom and me and one of my friend were in another classroom where they were teaching them maths. So NIOS is basically open schooling ka institute. They basically have the same level and same syllabus courses, not courses but syllabus of CBSE because it's central. But they also have vocational courses. They have life enrichment या life fulfillment वाले courses. They also teach Indian Sign Language ISL to people who have hearing disability. So वो सब भी है. So it is the right kind of board for people who have neurodevelopmental disorders. So there are different levels, level A, B, C. I don't know how many levels there are. I should have researched before I started this video, but whatever. So मैं जिस क्लास में थी वहाँ पे 3 बच्चे थे, वर इन लेवल A and there were 2 kids वर इन लेवल B. So लेवल B वालों का खुद का चल रहा था. They were told to like write and do their own stuff, but I was like looking at the level A kids because उन बच्चों को the sir was actually teaching maths. And basically word problems like मेरे पास 11 pens है, मैंने 4 मेरे friend को दे दिए. मेरे पास कितने हैं like addition subtraction only. And there was this one kid that I decided to observe because we are supposed to observe everyone, but we have to at the end pick one kid to observe and also like write. So like I have written like stuff that I observed. So like ये observe करके I also have to give my own diagnosis. I had like an hour over an hour because the professor or the owner, yeah, the founder of the institute is not here. So I was like trying to diagnose, and I realized how difficult it is because DSM they have given these criteria, but how these criteria manifest is difficult. Like that is difficult to know. For example, let's say there is repetitive behavior. Okay, autism spectrum में repetitive behavior है. How does a repetitive behavior look like? Like doing is a repetitive behavior. Is smiling weirdly at different spots. A repetitive behavior, like what is repetitive behavior? वो behavior या जो symptom दिया हुआ है criteria DSM criteria में वो manifest कैसे करता है, we have no idea. So DSM memorize कर कोई फ़ायदा ही नहीं है. We need a lot of practical knowledge, which is what I'm kind of getting here. So I was writing stuff like a good eye contact, smiles and acknowledges others. So like मैं अगर मैं वहाँ पे खड़ी हूँ तो he's looking into my eyes and he's also smiling back when I am smiling to him or saying hi. He's saying hi. I saw that he had good motor skills, like he could hold his pencil and write, and the handwriting was legible. I was helping the classmate. That shows interpersonal relationships अच्छे हैं, like pretty good, not jigri dosti, but है like they're not ignoring or they're not even, they don't even know that कोई बंदा बाजू में बैठा है, not like that. He is paying attention to that also. Then impatience hai, quickly gets done, asks the professor what he's supposed to do, and then the difficulties that he had. So like he could not understand what is read, and he could not like read it. Sorry, I thought I heard something. But if the sir explained the word problem, so he would very quickly do the calculation, like whether it was single digit, two digits, even three digits, he was doing it very quickly, the student I was observing. Then they shifted to some other activity where there's true or false but maths wale. So like the triangle has three sides, January has 28 days, stuff like that. Today maths and essay, general knowledge, very little general knowledge wale, true or false. And I realized that the student I was observing, he was not good at this, but the other two students who were very slow in math calculations, they were, because they could actually analytically think, because it takes a lot, like your working memory is working a lot. For example, let's take the triangle has three sides. So whether it is true or false, in your brain you are remembering, you're bringing from your long term memory. So long term retrieval hai कि triangle कैसे दिखता है, you're holding that information in your working memory, you are counting those sides, like कितने sides, अच्छा 1 2 3, then going back, holding this piece of information in your working memory, in a short term memory, you're going back and reading the sentence, or you are holding that sentence also in your working memory, and then you are seeing the similarity or same hai kya, and then you'll be like acha haan it's true, acha haan it's false. Like we not having any intellectual disability or any kind of neurodevelopmental issues, these things come very naturally to us. Like I did not even realize that reading, like knowing to read and understanding what is read, are two very separate skills. Because I used to, obviously, like if you're reading, you're obviously understanding, but no, it's not. And also I realized this when I was studying languages, like when I was studying Korean a year or two ago, when I could read, like even now, now that I'm trying to go back to Korean, understand that I've forgotten what the vocabulary means, but I can still read the script, which is exactly kind of like the some of the students there were like they could read, but they could not understand what is read. So our brain does a lot of complex stuff that we just take it for granted. So वैसे सब चीज़ें, and then once we were done, the founder or the teacher, she came, and then we spoke to her, we gave her names, and we told her, okay, this is the child we have chosen to observe, and then we had to tell her what our observations were, and then we had to give her our diagnosis, and then she would tell us whether we are right or wrong. Like हमारे observations are diagnosis as well. So I like from my observations, I inferred that he may have mild or borderline intellectual disability, and then she would tell us if they're right or wrong. She would also then give us a back history, like about how he used to be when he came here, his behavioral issues, and how they have worked through him, and what she has done in the institute to actually help all the kids in general. His family background कैसा है, उसके parents कैसे हैं, and how that is affecting his skills and ability, and even the prognosis for that matter. So that's what we have done so far in the first time I went there. The second time I will go next week, and then that's when I'm supposed to give her an intervention plan, like what we can do to help the student that I have chosen out. So वैसे we will go 4 times, that's the plan. So I think ये एक दो बार होने के बाद, like once I go and observe and tell the diagnosis, the second I go and give the intervention plan. Third day I think is the same thing, but we go to a different center, and we choose another child, and then again the same pattern basically. So yeah, I will come back and I will tell you. I hope I will not be able to like film in when I'm in the institute, but obviously I'll come and like tell you and help you out कि like कैसे होता है, क्या होता है, वगैरह वगैरह. So stay tuned.
hours later.
Hey guys, it's been a couple of days. I totally forgot to film this part, but my Badlapur internship or observership, whatever you want to call it, it is over. We were supposed to go there 4 times, like I said, but actually we only went thrice because unki exam hone wali thi, so we could not go the fourth time. So we finished third time and fourth time का एक ही session में. But I'll talk about how my second session was, which was about me telling the founder or the professor about the internship plan, not internship, sorry, the intervention plan that I came up with. So my biggest problem was that I was not actually understanding कि intervention किसके side से बनाना है. मतलब am I supposed to give an overall intervention plan? Am I supposed to give an intervention plan as a psychologist, as a therapist, or a teacher के हिसाब से बनाना है? Like what is it? Because this person, this individual has ID, intellectual disability. It is not just like psychologist का इतना ज़्यादा काम नहीं होगा. It could be just with maybe CBT kind of a thing, but majority work would be of a therapist, not a therapist, a teacher and an occupational therapist, because they have a lot of repetitive movements and stereotypic movements, and to help them move their jaw a certain way, their mouth muscles, their tongue a certain way at times, because they don't know how to do it and stuff. So psychologist का इतना काम नहीं होता है. This is what I believe. If I'm wrong, if you know anything about this, please let me know in the comment section. But so what I did was that I thought from a psychologist point of view, because मुझे वो वाले skills ही develop करने हैं. Whereas my friends actually thought an overall thing. So मेरी एक friend थी मेरे साथ, she also had an individual, like a student जिसको she was observing, he also had ID. So she said कि I saw that उसको tables या फिर maths calculation में problem होती, so we get like a band thing, so you can always refer to the band and use that band over and over again, stuff like that. I was like, psychologist, why would a psychologist do that? It would be the teacher's job to do it. So I came up with like psychology के हिसाब से. So I thought of psychoeducation पहले because I knew about his back history, like I said, about how his parents are, and his parents are not supporting, and social support is extremely important, whether it is any disorder or whether it is any difficulty or disability you may have. Social support always helps. So I thought of psychoeducation, not just psychoeducating about the issues and the difficulties the child is having, but also to help them learn to love and support the child, and also like manage their expectations, because she told me about how they have 2 kids actually. So एक है वो मेरा जिसको मैं observe कर रही थी, और एक दूसरा बच्चा भी है. Forgot whether it's a boy or a girl, but whatever. But that child has normal functioning, normal level of functioning, whereas the person I was observing, he has borderline, I think. वो mild में जा रहा है, but actually it could have been borderline अगर उसको social support मिलता. So it's the expectations that the father has from this child. तो वो सब एंड नेगेटिविटी दिखा रहे वगैरह, तो वो सब भी मदद करेंगे, एंड विल ऑल्सो काउंसिल द पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो एंड नॉट जस्ट द चाइल्ड. देन आई थॉट ऑफ behavioral therapy, like positive reinforcement and modeling, because उसके प्रॉब्लम से वेर ही लाइक बी लिटल्स अदर किड्स. सो उसको जो बेस्ट आता है ना, और अगर किसी को नहीं आता तो उसको बी लिटल करता है वो, कि लाइक ये देखो इतना भी नहीं आता है, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ हेल्प्स हिम इन हिज सेल्फ एस्टीम. आई गेट दैट, बट ही नीड्स टू लर्न नॉट टू डू दैट. इज नॉट अ ग्रेट थिंग. देर आर अदर पार्ट्स जो उसको नहीं आते हैं बट बाकी के लोगों को आते हैं, तो वो उसे मुरझा जाता है, तो समवेयर उसके सेल्फ एस्टीम को वैसे नेगेटिवली इम्पैक्ट कर सकते हैं. ही मे हैव स्ट्रेस एंड एंग्जाइटी ऑल्सो. सो वी कुड यूज़ रिलैक्सेशन टेक्निक्स, JPMR यूज़ कर सकते हैं, विच इज़ जेकब्सन्स प्रोग्रेसिव मसल रिलैक्सेशन. वी कैन ऑल्सो यूज CBT, सो वर्बल सेल्फ रेगुलेशन, कॉग्निटिव रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. सो जो भी नेगेटिव थाट्स होंगे, सेल्फ टॉक होंगे, वो हम लोग रेक्टिफाई कर पाएंगे, और लो सेल्फ एस्टीम और कॉन्फिडेंस का कुछ इश्यूज़ होंगे तो वो भी विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व. वी विल ऑल्सो यूज सोशल स्किल ट्रेनिंग, रोल प्ले वगैरह करेंगे, विच विल हेल्प देम इन इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स. And lastly, I thought we could also do ACT, which is acceptance and commitment therapy. It will help reduce psychological difficulties and improve the adaptive functioning skills, because generally ID individuals में adaptive functioning के problems होते हैं. If you don't know any of these therapies, let me know in the comments. I will make videos on it. If you can add more to this intervention plan, let me know. I would love to like learn. It has been a long time since I actually like presented this, तो मुझे याद ही नहीं था कि क्या करना है. Another thing that we had to do is write a report where we are giving the demographics of the child. We are writing the observation, so we are writing what we observed. We are also writing थोड़ा back history and उसका parents का वगैरह, and then we are also writing the intervention plan. And then we had to like submit it to the founder or the teacher, and that's it. That's what basically the first and second session was. And same thing हमको third fourth session में भी करना था, but with children who are severely disabled, which was in a different place but same center. तो हम वहाँ पे गए थे, तो थर्ड डे में थर्ड और फोर्थ दोनों का करना था. We were asked to like observe a child, and it's basically the same thing. It wasn't great, but the difficulty I had there is because they were severely disabled. There was a lot of loud noises, but screaming, screeching, crying, a lot of anger outbursts वगैरह भी था. So it was very difficult for me to concentrate on the child that I have decided कि मैं इसको observe करूँगी, because there was so much happening. I was overstimulated there. So I need to like learn how to like calm myself down if I am in an overstimulated environment. That's what I learned about myself there. Then we wrote our observations. Again, the same thing. We told her what we think. She told us if we are right or wrong. Diagnosis भी दिया, diagnosis सही था गलत था वो बताया. And she told us to write an email about the intervention plans that we came up with. I did not get to do that. I'm going to be very honest. I did not email her because हमारी last day was Monday, and we had our exam starting from Wednesday, our internal exams. So we were obviously really swamped in studying for that. And उसके बाद we had mental psychological DSM वाले disorders का presentation. So I just remembered now. It's like हमारा presentation चालू है, and I realized that I have not actually emailed her, and I don't even really remember much about the kid. I feel like it's been such a long time. I actually did not even write much about the kid. Oh no, here it is. That's all I wrote about the kid. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was a little difficult. I was very confused between ID, intellectual disability, and autism and stereotypic movement disorder. So autism में you can have ID and you can also have a comorbidity of stereotypic movement. उसको autism spectrum ही था, because I saw there's deficit in social communication. Stereotypic movement was basically stereotypic movement disorder mein you see a lot of repetitive movements, and there is also self-injurious behavior. So they may bang their heads or hit their head or bite and stuff like that. So I saw there was a huge mark here, ऐसे crescent moon जैसे थे, which is basically, like that. And I saw he was continuously like biting it, but I didn't notice it at first because I thought he's just like shielding himself like that. But then I noticed a little bit of liquid, and I realized, oh, that's saliva. And then I observed it more and realized that he's biting himself to like maybe calm himself down, or when he was getting bored, when he was overstimulated, वैसे. So I thought it's stereotypic, but then I noticed that he's not maintaining much eye contact with me. अगर maintain भी कर रहा है तो it seems like he's just like seeing through me, not seeing me or looking at me. And he was not smiling or acknowledging me. Like if I smile at him and I say hi, generally kids tend to do the same thing. They may not smile, but they may say hi, or they may smile and shy away. He would not do any of those things, which is deficits in social communication. So that made me think it could be autism spectrum. He would also shake his arms a lot. So he would do this. He would shake himself a lot, which is a repetitive movement that I saw, which I thought that it could be when he's overly stimulated, like when he's laughing a lot or when he gets angry, then he starts doing that to like calm himself down, which is another stereotypic movement thing. So yeah, I did not come up with an intervention plan. I'm sorry. Uh, I thought of like behavioral techniques to reduce the self-injurious behavior. We can also use psychomedications, meds. Basically, we can also find what interests him and use that if positive reinforcement will work. So yeah, like I feel it wasn't that great, this kind of internship. It was just an observership actually. But what I learned, like I didn't like learn, but it was just like an eye opener for me. One is कि DSM के criteria दिए हैं, उस पे हम लोग नहीं चल सकते. We need a lot of practical knowledge because the way things manifest in real world is not what is given in the textbook. Second thing is मेरा थोड़ा confidence level बढ़ा because I feel like I have low self-esteem and like little low self-esteem and low confidence, where I feel that I have imposter syndrome every time I do something correctly and people actually praise me or like say that, oh, you did a great job, kind of thing. Yeah, praise. uh, so there's a reason why many people don't even know about our YouTube channel actually, like in my world. It was kind of like a nice confidence boost that I got when I could observe and I could like critically think, analyze, and be like, okay, this could be this disorder because I'm seeing these symptoms. But I could be like, ये वाले तो symptoms दूसरे में भी दिखते हैं. So then I'm like differentially diagnosing it, which was very, very interesting to do. I love doing it, to be honest. But it also like, because I got a lot of things right, it made me feel like, okay, I can do this. I am not incompetent like I always keep thinking about myself. I can do this. Intervention plan भी बना सकी. I mean, obviously I'm just a baby in this field, so I have a lot to learn. There's a lot of room for improvement. I have to do so much better, but just like baby steps, just taking one step at a time and just developing these skills, making yourself feel confident and you can do it. Very, very important. So I would highly suggest that if you are in your final year of BA, once you are done with your exam, which would be like in April, May if you're in Mumbai, I don't know about other universities like मुंबई के बाहर के, तो उसके बाद गो टू साइन KM वाडिया हॉस्पिटल, एनी हॉस्पिटल जहाँ पे साइकेट्रिक लाइक डिपार्टमेंट है, and do an observership or something like that for like a month or even a week or something, because it will tell you, one, if you like doing this, if you like taking case history, if you like diagnosing वगैरह, and if you do, then it will kind of give you that confidence कि, oh my god, you can do this. Because psychology is just about practice. It's like kitna bhi theory kar lo, it's not going to be enough. You need so much of practical knowledge. So yeah, I hope this video was like kind of like an eye opener for you as well, and vicariously learned and experienced how it would be to have like diagnose and observe people. Let me know if you like such videos. I am in the midst of another internship. I'm going to a school where I'm actually taking case history and actually doing stuff like a therapist would do, not like at that level and counseling and stuff, but just like taking case history and understanding what the presenting problem could be. It's not presenting a problem, it's just a problem that the child may have. So yeah, if you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comment section. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next Friday with another video on psychology.